Okay, so thank you guys so much for being on. I see Amanda's horse. It's so funny. Is that your costume, Amanda? That's so realistic. We have wonderful Steve Bear, aka Jason, right? Am I saying the right one? Is that the right? Stop it! He's got his costume on. I know it was super last minute, so I found this on sale, so I was like, ooh, that's perfect. Um, but anyways, so thanks for being on, guys. I know we haven't been doing these, so I'm excited to kind of get back in the roll of things. What up, Joe? What are you, the Chippendale Joe? Crystal's got her unicorn. What is it? A unicorn? Yeah. Hi, Jax.
It's a unicorn. Okay.
um so anyways, yeah, so I'm excited for us to kind of like grab the bull by the horns as a team moving forward. With everything going on, we talked as a team the other night, those that could come on, and with everything going on, like team company wise, it doesn't really affect us. We decided, we're like, this doesn't really affect us much other than in the feels, right? Like we're all feeling it a little bit in the feels, but I would encourage you not to get sucked up in any drama. It's funny because a lot of people have reached out to me that have been like MIA, and I'm like thinking, if you spend just as much energy on your business as you do like when drama happens, you would be like a millionaire, right? Me included. So really just refocusing on what we can control and the things that we do love. There's three sides to every story. There's the one person's side, the other person's side, and the actual truth, right? So we just don't know. And again, we work business with humans, as humans, with people that own the company that are also humans. And so all we can do is give grace, move forward with what we know what to do with a product and comp plan that we know that we love, right? So that's all I'm going to really say about that. If you have questions at the end about that, by all means, please feel free to reach out. Excuse me. So I have some really exciting news. Josh has agreed to do a exclusive training for people that earn it for the month of November. So I am really excited about that. If you guys don't know Josh's history, Josh came from network marketing. He was a young, like 19-year-old kid, went and just grabbed the bull by the horns and got to work. After rising to the top of, I believe, 2 different companies, they kept changing the comp plan on him. They changed the comp plan to where he would make half of what he was making before. And he thought that just wasn't right. And so he decided he was going to start his own company, and thus began MDC. And so MDC, My Daily Choice, it started up and it was just the daily sprays, and we've since expanded. He has made a vow to us that he's never going to change the comp plan. We do have policies and procedures that we have to abide by, of course, and we sign off on that when we sign up as affiliates. But you can't like do terrible things and still be an affiliate or whatever. And I'm not saying anyone did recently. I'm just saying you can't do those things, right? So that being said, I'm really, really excited because Josh is actually, he just turned 30 and he is a multi-billionaire. And so there are pros and cons to having very young CEOs. But at the same time, I kind of feel like he built this business from being down in the trenches. When we first started, guys, when I first started, it's 2.5 years now almost. He actually was not taking a paycheck. He was building as him and Jenna were building as you and I build. So on the streets as affiliates, they made their money through their commissions. Okay. And yes, they were the first. Yes, they recruit like crazy. But I say this because to get him on an exclusive training is a really big deal, right? Because he knows what it takes to be an affiliate and what it means to be a professional network marketer. And so this is really exciting for the month of November. And really, I just wanted to kind of map out the month of November together as a team. Although I do have like specific things that are really going to be freaking awesome that I think are good ideas. And so do you guys want to hear what you have to do to get this exclusive training with Josh? Anybody want to hear that? Okay. So it's going to be a 500 Blitz BV for the month, because 80 to 90% of your business and 80 to 90% of top leaders in the company, their business comes from people with 500 BV approximately. 80 to 90% of their business comes from people that only get 400 to 500 BV a month. And so it's okay to focus on people like that. And some of you might be that person right now. And so if you can duplicate and find people like you for 400 to 500 BV a month, you exponentially grow, right? And so that can be a group volume, that can be your personal volume, whatever. It can be your team getting sales. So however you can get there, you're going to encourage your team to get there too, because we can't rise up alone, right? We have to rise up as a team. So encourage your team to get there, there yourself. And those that achieve it are going to get that Zoom link specifically. The date is still to be determined, but it will be in December sometime. And we're looking to get that in the next week or two, so you guys can ahead of time put it in your calendar. What I want to see is I want to see people like celebrating getting there. I want to see you celebrating your team getting there to that 500. And really at the end of the day, guys, that's 5 director packs in a month. So there are 5, hold on, let me see how many. 1, 2, 3, 4. There's almost 5 full weeks in November. Okay. And so that means 1 director pack sold a month gets you personally there. That doesn't even include your team sales, right? That could be reorders, that could be new orders, whatever. So that's what it's going to be to get to that training. Now, we are going to give you some tools as well. And what I'm going to do is put out a full November calendar. I know that we had discussed, for example, we had discussed doing Thursday nights, taking that over and that being our own team closeout. How's everyone still feeling about that? If you have like any, like if you're like, no, it seems like most people are thumbs up. Now, we also made a discussion that we feel that we should start utilizing the MDC trial group. The feedback I got from everybody is that the events, and I see it myself, the events are very difficult to find the link, find the posts, invite every single week. And so we are now, oh my God, am I recording? Yeah, okay, whoo, okay. Just like had a panic moment. So we are now going to be utilizing that group as with our weekly events and our weekly launches. And I'm going to give you guys some reasons why. So that is the MDC trial group, the one that used to be Hemp Squad trial experience, and it's now MDC trial group. That's what we're going to be using. This is going to be a huge, huge, huge tool. And this is where I'm going to be needing help. Those of you who work events, because I know we have a lot of people picking up events again, this is going to be a tool you can use at events. Hey, are you on Facebook? We have a group where we do weekly giveaways and information. Can I add you on Facebook and get you into this group? This is called in the network marketing profession, and I'm going to tell you right now that every network marketing top earner that makes 6 figures or more a year uses this type of a group. It's called an ATM group, add, tag, message. ATM group. So this is what I'm when I start referring to our ATM group. I've done it a few times in the past, but I've never really done a training on it. It's called add, tag, message. There's multiple reasons. I know this sounds kind of complicated now, but there's multiple reasons why you want to do this. If I'm at an event, hey, I know you're not ready to buy now, or hey, thank you so much for buying. I'd love to get you added into our Facebook group. Are you on Facebook? Let's do that right now. I know you don't have the money right now, but can I get you added into that Facebook group? Because guys, we know that when we start posting on social media and we talk to people one-on-one, they don't see all of our posts, right? And sometimes they don't connect with it. You know how many of my friends were like, oh my God, Melissa, you didn't tell me this could help with ADHD. I thought I always see you talking about it helping with pain, right? Lisa, I'll address that as well. You're saying Michigan's going backwards. I will tell you the past 7 months, I've only been building on social media and we have seen momentum. So that's going to go back to probably our social media blueprint. And I'll give you a tip right now, guys. Those that are working from social media are making 6 figures just from social media, they're messaging 20 to 50 plus new prospects every single day. And I can tell you this, that I can find 20 to 50 new prospects in under an hour's time. At least 20 in an hour's time. And if you are following along to the trainings and you're showing up, I appreciate you, but you're going to know how. Because social media has 7 billion people on it. At least Facebook alone has like 7 billion accounts or something like that. It's something insane. Okay, so you have endless prospects. That's just Facebook. But it's a matter of asking a question. And too many of us are so scared. Oh, they're going to think I'm trying to hit on them. Oh, they're going to tell me no. Oh, hi, I see you're in Ireland. We're expanding in Ireland. I was wondering if you or anyone you know would be open to information on making some extra money from home like I do. If not, no big deal. And you tweak that message time and time and time and time and time again. Start with 10 a day. And then the following week, do 20 a day, on and on and on. But anyways, I digress. So this trial experience group, guys, that goes back to our recruiting trainings. They are out there. If you are confused and we need to do another recruiting training, I feel like this is going to be on our calendar. But it does come back to self-sabotage. You know, me, Amanda, we've talked about that a lot, self-sabotage, and you talk yourself out of not doing things, okay? And that's okay. That's okay. We all do it. I do it. But I can tell you that when I have a team behind me and we show up to even Zooms or in-person events, I have the courage and I set the time aside more because I have that commitment to you guys and I know you're watching me, right? But y'all in a group, we give each other that faith and courage to send those messages like that, right? So, all right. So anyways, so this MDC trial group, it serves multiple purposes. So we're going to have a flow in there. And I want to kind of bounce some ideas off of you guys, see what you feel like would be a good flow and see where everyone can pitch in. Every single week, we'll be posting information about the products, the business, the opportunity. So I have a few things I would like to focus on. Obviously the products, okay? And then the opportunity. I'm writing these all down. And then testimonies are super important, right? And then customer appreciation, I want to focus on. And we need to also, unfortunately, because of the algorithm, we need to worry about interactive stuff too. Interaction. And when I say interaction, that's to get more people seeing the posts, which could also include getting more people added to the group. Okay, so add more people, and I'm going to talk about that in a minute. And more seeing posts. All right. So why this MDC trial group? One, the event pages are not working. It's been complicated. We can all agree upon that, I'm pretty sure. Right? Okay. 2, they're going to be people that you add in there that say they're going to pay attention for the week and don't. How many times have you invited someone to an event and then they don't tune in? Happens to me every time. Every time there's at least several. Okay? So now the event's over. Information's gone. They can't see it anymore. But if we add them to a group and we're posting every single week in a certain flow, potentially they could see something that grabs their eye, right? And then the next thing is we continue to add new people to it. And then the next thing after that is we're going to add our customers to there too. Because what about, and don't ever add anyone without their permission, but here's the script I'm going to give you in a minute. But if we add our customers to it, and you got Sally Mae, who's a real estate agent who just has been so stressed out because the market's crazy and CBD is just saving her life, and she's now a broker and knows 100 real estate agents, and they're all struggling too. And Sally doesn't know that she can sell this stuff too with you. Or maybe she's like, I'm not like Crystal. Like Crystal's like a mom, like, or, you know, maybe she's like, I'm not like Steve. Like Steve is a dude. He's like into this CBD stuff. But then all of a sudden she sees Valerie post in there. And she's like, oh, Valerie's about the same age as I am. She's not running around with kids. She's not a dude. But I see she did really good at that event. This is something I could do. Right? So your customer might see a story that makes them decide to join the business too. So you have multiple different benefits through utilizing this group. More of a chance for more people to see things. Can we all agree upon that? Okay, so I want this group to be like part of your daily flow. So from here, what I've been doing is the second someone has been showing interest, before I go forward, I say, oh, I really want to know what you're hoping CBD helps with. But in the meantime, would it be okay to add you to my information group? We do random giveaways and really great info in there. If not, no big deal. And then I add them to the group and I send them a link. All right, sent you the invitation. Make sure you accept it. Because now the way Facebook works, you can't just add someone to a group. How many of you guys get notifications that says, Sally added you to Pampered Chef group? Sally added you to her erotic sex toy party group. I get that all the time. Sorry, Steve. I'll invite you. It's okay. I don't want you to feel left out. And I'm like, ah! First of all, I get so frustrated because I'm like, I don't know who Sally Jeff C. Raphael is. I don't know that person. And that's so rude. They're like, meh, I want you to buy from me and I just added you to my group. So ask, right? Ask. Okay? And then the second thing is I get these invitations and I just hit decline group, decline. And sometimes I don't get these invitations and then I see this in my news feed, a big dildo for sale. And I'm like, wait, what? Like, how did I end up in this group, right? And so I'm like, whoa. So you have to be added to the group and you have to accept. Facebook changed things because they were tired of people randomly adding people to their groups. So they have to accept the invitation. Genevieve, I'm really sorry. I'm not saying some very nice words and I forgot that you were in the car with mom. So I just saw her hand. Sorry, Heather. She taught me the savage dance, by the way, y'all. The savage TikTok. So is she not paying attention? I hope she's not paying attention.
She's got her AirPods in.
Okay, good. I'm sorry, Heather. Just like we need like a code word when that's happening. Okay, so I'm trying to stress the importance of this group. It is a huge tool when utilized correctly. I will tell you, 3 weeks ago, I started using the hell out of it. And all of a sudden, like, I enrolled this girl, guys, as an affiliate who in her first week got 1,000 BV in sales. I was like, what? And it was from the testimonies she saw in the group and the business testimonies and her trying the product. It was a combination of a lot of the stuff that was going on in the group, okay? And so I want to use this group as a huge tool. I know I've seen it work in so many different things, and now it's time for us to step up and do it. Now, why haven't I done this yet? Because I cannot do it all by myself. I just can't. I cannot. So we all need to come together as a team. It's time. Now is our time to step up. We have a huge super affiliate and multiple like 10, 25Ks that are stepping down. Do you know what that means? Some people think that's a bad thing. That means that there's a huge open market. There is a super affiliate not recruiting right now anymore. That's a huge open market, right? And so we need to come together and work on that together. It's time for us to step up. Plus, your people need to, leaders are only going to join those that they feel are going to lead them. How many of you guys would like to have somebody like, I'm trying to think of a really good leader. Aaron Parker on your team. 250K, Aaron Parker, or how about, would you like 100K Reese? You guys know Reese? Or how about 50K Kimberly? Would you
Or
guys
Nicole
like,
J.A.
or Nicole J.A.? Would you guys like those types of people on your team?
Or Melissa Martin.
Well, I don't want to toot my own horn, but I will tell you right now, I would never join somebody that is not going to be passionate and lead me in the right direction. So I have to see leadership capabilities out of somebody who I would join. And so by you, even if you don't have a team yet, you will attract what you put out, even on social media. Okay? And so by stepping into the role, you're going to start attracting those types of people. Okay. I will tell you, I was like nauseous as hell coming on here today. I don't know why. We haven't done these in a while. I think that's why every time I get nauseous as hell. But then when I'm in the moment, like in my mind, every time I go live, every time I'm in a speaking position or a leadership position, in my mind, I am a master affiliate. And that's how I'm going to act. Yes, when I'm a master affiliate, I'm still going to be talking about dildo parties and shit like that. So sorry, but y'all know that's just my personality. Okay. So, but that's the role. In my head, I'm like, I am speaking to 100,000 people and, whatever. And that's what I do when I go live too, guys. I literally put myself in the most elevated position. And you know when like something really cool happens to you, like you do something really good. Like let's say you have a kick-ass event, or for those of you who've been able to walk across stage at convention or stand up for getting X amount of BV or whatever. How many times when that happened did you feel like, whew, yeah, like how many of you have been in the top 10 before when we were doing the top 10 and you were like, yeah, I'm in the top 10 for Hemp Squad. Woo. Like you felt good, right? And you felt like you could conquer the world. And so when I am like going live and doing these things, I put myself in a position to feeling like I'm on top of the world, even when I feel like shit. That's my secret. That is my secret, because let me tell you what, my mind has not been right the past 7-9 months. And so that's the position I put myself in. And over time, you start attracting that and your vibration changes, right? So put yourself in that position for sure. Okay, so that being said, we've got this Blitz contest. We're going to really start utilizing this group. I really wanted to drive that home. We'll come back to think of some days and times that you guys can help out for sure. But I want to open it up to conversation at the end and talk about, what kind of a flow we want to do. But really quick, on the calendar on Wednesdays, every Wednesday, we're going to have a 10-minute Blitz session. It's going to be a 10-minute training on something to really kick ass for your business. I'm looking to do it at about 5:30 p.m. Pacific time, 8:30 Eastern, and it's going to be 10 minutes. And it's going to be I'm going to do my very, very best. I've already got a few lined up to get like 50, 100K, 250K leaders that will give you that one tip so that you're not just hearing from me, right? Because, you get tired of hearing from your uplines. And your team's going to get tired of hearing from you too, guys. So just don't take it personally, right? But don't ever give up on talking. Like if I just stopped ever talking, that would probably not be good for you guys, right? Or for us altogether. So you might not always listen, but don't ever stop reaching out to them, because something is going to resonate with someone. Okay? All right. God, man, I'm all over the place today. So every Wednesday, 5:30, and don't quote me yet, but I'm pretty sure that's the time. I just have to look at the girls' softball schedule. 5:30 p.m. Pacific, 8:30 Eastern. And actually, it might be 6 Pacific because now daylight savings is happening. Sorry, 6. I'm not Pacific anymore. Ugh. Arizona doesn't do daylight savings, guys. Sorry. And we're like changing soon. So I know some of you are East Coast.
We'll be
Yeah,
2
you'll
hours.
be 2 hours ahead of me. Yeah.
Yeah, we change tomorrow, Melissa. Well, they do. We don't.
Yeah, the
Not tomorrow.
31st.
Oh, tomorrow night. Yeah.
Yeah.
Not like tonight though. Yeah. I know, but I always keep saying we're on Pacific time, but we're not. We're gonna be on Mountain time soon, which is baloney. Like, can we just rip the Band-Aid off and stop doing it? But anyways, okay. So it's probably 6 my time is what I mean by that, which is 8 Eastern, all the month of November. Now, so it'll be a 10-minute blitz, and following that, from like Thursday at about 1-2 o'clock to Friday at about 1-2 o'clock is going to be a 24-hour like all out blitz. And it's going to kind of follow what we talked about in that 10-minute blitz. So you're going to get a new training, new ideas, fresh look from another leader. And then from about 1 to like basically like noon to noon, you could say, from Thursday to Friday, it's going to be massive amounts of effort. Because Thursdays close out, right? And 2, Fridays are paydays for people. And so that's kind of why I wanted to do it from like 2 to 2 or like 5 to 5. But I don't want anyone to like just sit back on a Thursday day. So I'm thinking probably like 2 to 2, because the sooner you get in touch with people, the better on a Thursday. And so it's going to be massive amounts of efforts. And so you can just pretty much try to pencil yourself in for Thursday nights, guys, for just like all out efforts for whatever it is we're focusing on for the week. Maybe it's getting people into the group and following up with those pre-enrollees. Maybe it's cold calling a business. Maybe, you know, whatever everyone comes up with. Okay. And those skills and those like tasks are going to be to help people get to that 500 blitz, that 500 BV blitz. Okay. So you see how we're kind of breaking it down? We've got the goal and we're working backwards, the training and the action to hit the goal. Cool. And so with our runners group that we have, I'm not going to be focusing a lot on a day-to-day basis with tasks in there. I know I haven't been really good about it anyways. But I'm going, like, we're going to put all in efforts pretty much like that Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. But massive amounts of efforts on that Thursday. Whoops, I don't know what just happened. Now you guys know what I really look like. I think I pulled out the thing. There we go. I saw a TikTok like that where someone's light went out and they were like, ah! They looked terrible. It was so funny. Anyways, so I'm going to put that in the calendar. I'm going to put out a calendar as well on Sunday. And so really right now is open discussion, open ideas, and moving forward with commitments from you guys on what you're going to do. Because here's the areas I need help with. If we're going to do some sort of a flow, we need to figure out that flow. Like, what are we doing Monday? What are we doing Tuesday, Wednesday, blah, 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 blah. Then I need to, who's going to post to the trial groups, right? And then I also need some leaders to step up and start posting like a tip or a training to the team pages and chats. So from each of you, I'm asking for 3 things. Volunteer to post to the group. Volunteer to be like a leader for the day, like the leader of the day. And then get with your team to, if you have a team, to let them know what's going on. And then 4th, I really just kind of need some ideas on what the flow we want to do. I mean, I kind of have an idea, right? The start of our work week starts on a Friday pretty much, right? Because Thursdays close out. So Fridays, I feel like these are really, really good days to talk about the free tour. It's also a really good follow-up day, right?
I would say like
You're breaking up, but it might be me.
And or Sunday
Heather, we can't hear you. You sound like
for
I'm muting her.
like we've done in the past adventure. So how?
Oh, it's like, is it me or is it her?
Oh,
No, it's fine.
probably me. Can you hear me now?
Now we can hear you.
I like muted you too, so I don't know why you're still
Flagged.
talking.
Flagged.
Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah, it was you. Maybe oh, you can't type it in. Yeah, you're frozen too. Nope, nothing. Oh wait, that might be better. Hold on, unmute yourself. No.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, a little bit.
Can
Yep,
you hear me?
you're good. You're much better.
Okay. I was gonna say the weekend would be good for. Okay. The weekend would be good for like how the business helps us do adventure or whatever it is you love. Post about something like that on a Saturday or Sunday.
Okay.
Time freedom. Yeah, time
Or,
freedom.
you know,
Yeah.
if you're a person who does, you know, animal charities, human charities, whatever it is, how this business helps you do that, because that will go along with that free trial post.
How about, okay, so we know what
Yeah.
days, what we know certain days we know what we need to talk about. Another idea I forgot to mention to you guys. I'm looking at some of our team leaders ATM groups, and one had a really good idea. The whole month of November, they're doing a recipe exchange in that entire group. And they are just adding people that want those recipes. So they literally post and go live about recipe exchanges, and they start messaging people like, hey, I have this, you know, our team, our MDC CBD team, or whatever you want to say, has this group where we do like free giveaways and stuff, but we're doing a recipe exchange in there. I was wondering if I could add you and have you add your favorite Thanksgiving recipe. And so that's a really good idea to get more people added into the groups. And then every month you can do something that adds value, right? So like December, we could do Christmas, homemade Christmas gift ideas. January could be like your favorite healthy meals. February could be your favorite date night, creative date night ideas, you know, on and on, to where we use this theme for the month to simply get people into the group. And now this also serves the purpose of more interaction in the group, meaning what? You guys know what that happens when people interact in your group more? They're going to see the posts in there more, right?
Mhm.
So what are our thoughts on that?
Love it.
You love
Yes.
it? Okay.
Yes.
My only thing is we have to teach and train our team. You cannot just random add people. Mute, Kimberly. Sorry. So we can't just random add people in there. And so I also feel like we need to really drive it home that we need to ask, like, hey, this is our team's, you know, trial experience page. We do giveaways in there a lot, but we're doing a really cool theme of your favorite Christmas, homemade Christmas ideas. I thought of you by chance. Could I add you in there so you can check out some of the homemade Christmas ideas and add your own 2 cents in as well? And instead of, you're not cold messaging about the business anymore, you know, like maybe it's someone you've already talked a little bit about the products and business with. Those are the people I would start with, right? So I'm totally willing to be responsible for that monthly like post on that. But then let's map out like who's gonna do what for the other stuff. So do you guys think I should do a Google sheet on this, or can we like figure it out?
Let's do a Google sheet.
A
Have it
Google
wrote
sheet?
down.
Okay. Well then, okay, so you
That
said
would be good for accountability too, Melissa.
Yeah, that would be good for accountability. I agree. Okay, good call. Good call. Okay, so Saturday, Sunday, Heather said would be really good days to talk about. How about adventure and ways that we work the business? Adventure, freedoms, and ways we work the business. Like that's a really good theme for the weekend. Because so many of us work events, and then so many of us have the certain freedoms because of the extra money from this, even if it's just a little bit, you know. So adventure, freedoms, and ways we work. Okay, so Monday, I think should be kind of like the start of our information flow. And I feel like maybe Monday, Tuesday, we should really just really focus on CBD. How do you guys feel about that? Like Tuesday's testimony Tuesday regardless, right? How do you guys feel about, like, in the trial group, we're talking about, you know, each of us take a topic, you know, what to look for in quality CBD, what is the difference between full and broad spectrum, why choose the soft gels versus the oil, why would you use a topical, you mean, you know, highlighting certain products. There's just like 100 different live videos we could do.
Quick question, Melissa,
Yes.
because I have a minute.
If you guys will you put on your videos? I'm sorry if you haven't.
I'm driving and it's
Yeah.
I'm in a dark car.
Okay.
Or you could see my cute uniform that I'm dressed up in. No, I'm just kidding. But so when we add people to this group, are we supposed to have them on the tour already so they're linked to us?
No, I think you stepped out when we talked about that. This isn't, it's called an ATM group. You add tag message. It is,
Okay.
it's a group for your prospects. It is a group for your customers. It's a group for your team. It's a group for your pre-enrollees. It's a group for anyone, right? Anyone who's willing to learn information. Okay. So if ever you need an approval, just let me know. The only reason why I have approvals on in there, guys, is because you get shady people. They go for low-hanging fruit. They see an open group, they go in it, they start friending everyone in it, sending them cold messages because they don't have anything better to do. And I just don't want to deal with that, right? So if I see any of you guys, like people I know adding people, I approve them right away. Sometimes I don't get the notifications, but you can always message me and be like, hey, added a bunch of people, they all agreed to be in there, can you approve them? And I have some, like Casey's a moderator, there's a few other people that are moderators. So it's for anyone. So that's why we were talking about that theme. Kimberly, did you hear about the theme that we're going to be doing to get more people into the group? I think she must be delivering.
Yeah, I'm trying to hit the little freaking button in the dark.
Yeah. So an
ATM
group, ATM stands for add tag message. So if I'm at an event, someone's not ready to buy. Hey, Sally, you know, I know you're not ready to buy now, but before you go, can I get you on Facebook so I can add you to our trial experience group? We do weekly giveaways in there and really great information. So you add them, right? And then tag them in something that is pertinent to what they're hoping for help with. And then you're going to message them. Hey, Sally, just wanted to let you know, I just added you to the group. Here's the link. And then I also tagged you in some testimonies on some friends that have some similar issues like you. ATM, add tag message. Ugh. So yeah. Any questions on that? Okay. So free tour and follow-up day. Okay, so Saturday's adventure, ways we work, and freedoms. Monday we're gonna focus on CBD. Tuesday a little bit too, but we're also gonna do testimonies. And then what do you guys want to talk about Wednesday? Should we focus maybe on the sprays Wednesday, or even the sprays, or just we could put all other line focus? So we definitely need to, yeah.
We can get to that, like different things.
Start following up with pre-enrollees then too. with pre-enrollees.
Maybe follow up with customers too on Wednesdays.
Yeah, I'm trying to just kind of get like definitely a flow. Because Mondays are a good time to do that too, because you're just outside of an event.
True.
Current customer follow-up. Start following up with pre-enrollees. And then we have our, that's also going to be the team 10-minute, right? Team 10-minute call. And then Thursday is closeout. And I feel like we need to do a closeout video like the rock stars were doing. Closeout in live. How do you guys feel about that?
In the group too, we can do units.
Yeah, I plan on doing that anyways, but to continually have different messages, I think is important also, and different perspectives. So I plan on doing that anyways. And what I need is I need to see other people and their perspectives in, because a lot of people are going to be tired of hearing from me, right? So your people might be tired of hearing from me. And so maybe they want to hear from you. Maybe they want to hear Ashley's story about, epilepsy or whatever. Now, I think we'll try to keep it, cut this back a little bit, because I was going to say there's just so many different ways we can get people added into these groups. Okay, guys? But at the end of the day, if you're not participating in that group, your people are not either, and it's not going to work. And so please put this on your highest list of priorities, to interact in there, to use it as a tool, and to post to it when you said you were going to post to it. Okay. Now, one last thing before we go, because the majority of you guys are going to be the ones that are going to be going live and putting the post. There's two things I want from that. Variety. We're so used to copying and pasting our testimony. You need to tell your story 1,000 different ways, 1,000 different days. Okay? So don't put the same post you've always been putting up in there. Get creative. Okay? 2, when you're going live, we need to talk about stopping the scroll. Okay? There are key components your live needs. You need a very valuable title. A lot of you guys are still going live without titles. You need to caption it. It's like calling somebody. It's like butt dialing someone. They're not so sure they want to answer, right? That's what happens when you go live without a title too. Like people are like, I'm not so sure I want to click on this. Okay. So it's got to have a title that is going to stop the scroll. And this is something, an expectation I'm going to have of everybody in that group, because you're now going to be exposed to the entire team's network, right? Sometimes people are going to start following you because they're like, damn, that person knows their stuff. And when you start getting followed by more people, your stuff starts showing up in more random people's news feeds. Okay? So this is a responsibility, and it has its benefits. Now, I'm going to tell you this right now. I swear to God, if you steal anybody, and you guys won't, no one here, but if you're watching the replay and you steal anyone's potential from our group, I will find you and I will cut you. Like, I never in my life, ever, not to my own team, not to somebody else. I've had people come to me and go, I'm so-and-so's potential. There's no way I'm buying or joining them. And I'm like, well, too bad. Guess you're going to have to find someone who's shady, because I'm not doing that. Like, karma is a bitch. Just don't do it. I know it's none of you guys on live, but there are people that do it every single day. Not necessarily in this company, but other companies, some in this company. Don't do it. It's ugly. There's plenty of fish in the sea. Okay? And so if you did a live, you have a responsibility. If some random person messages you, be like, hey, how did you come across this? Have you been talking with anybody? Okay? I just ask for that respect.
Okay,
Now, granted,
definitely if it's through the group, who referred you to the group.
correct. And I can see that as the owner of the group too. Now, on the other hand, guys, you are going to get randoms. I get randoms still to this day. They're like, I'm a friend of a friend. I had a customer of mine. She liked commenting on something. It showed up in one of her friends' newsfeed. That friend joined as an affiliate. This just happened last month. But I was like, how did you run across? Oh, my friend Danielle, blah, blah, blah. You're friends with her. Oh, Danielle's one of my customers. Danielle, you want to make money with me? Because somebody wants to join. No? You just want to use the products? Okay, cool. You know? So, so just be responsible. Now, at the other end of things, if your potential is reaching out to somebody else, you're probably doing something stupid, saying something they don't agree with, and they don't want to join you. You're not the person that they like. So you got to outfriend people too. You need to expand in your niche, and you need to be, again, the leader that people want to join. Now, I'm not, if they're like, sorry, and I'm going to use Amanda because I know she can handle it. And I know, like, if they're like, well, Amanda's just kind of a bitch and she's been really nasty negative on her social media, and there's no way that I want to join someone like that. I'm going to be like, you're right. You have, let's sign you up. I got you, girl. Do you know what I mean? So Amanda would never do that, but I'm just saying, like, I knew she could handle it if I called her out like that. So, I mean, and I'm not saying that to anyone particular on here, but there are people that are going to watch the replay and they're like, my baby mama drama, I voted this way because F you, and you're racist and I'm not, and everyone should just burn down the world and life sucks. And you're like, I don't understand why people aren't joining me. I don't get it. So if you're watching the replay and that's you, like, get with the program. All right. Nobody wants to hear that shit all day. So any Amanda's dying. Melissa is back. I'm back. I feel like I'm on my shit, y'all. I'm not messing around for November. Okay. Any last? I'll get my responsibilities. I'll get that Google form up. I will get a calendar for the month up. I'm going to need people to step up for those Thursday closeouts. And yeah, any comments, questions, concerns, suggestions?
If we're going to do something like a weekly flow leading up to the Thursday live, keep in mind, if we're going to do this in the group instead of creating a weekly event, and I know you probably already said it earlier, that we can't, when you have the event, you post kind of the same stuff up to a week because it's a brand new event and you got new people.
Right.
If we're going to do it in the group, it's going to be the same group every time. So you can't, there's no point in posting the difference between broad and full spec 3 weeks in a row. There's no point in posting, about what to look for necessarily 3 weeks in a row.
Yep.
So I don't know if that'd be handled by the units or not. But
yes. So
yeah.
the typical stuff, I think that we will put in the units, but like every Monday, if someone picks one product, I could go on for 10 minutes about the CBD coffee. And when it comes to the product that you're picking for the day, look at the ingredients, do some research, write some of that research down, and reteach it. Okay. And again, we've got those components. Like, it's also really good to have a call to action at the end. Those of you who are in rank makers. So a call to action would be something like, I would challenge you to put Google Chaga mushroom benefits, and in the comments below, tell me what you learn about that. Or we could take the relief cream. One time I was like, what in the God's name is boswellia root or whatever the heck it is in the relief cream? And I was like, because I wanted to know, like, when people asked me, and I learned that or arnica is really good. They used to treat arthritis with arnica, and that's in there. And so like, these are things like, just look at the ingredients, research benefits of it, and then reiterate it, teach it.
I did that when we first joined, and all the talk was about natural this and natural that, and I'm seeing the relief cream, which is what the main thing I used, and I'm reading all this stuff, and I'm like, Yeah, okay, sure. Well, then I decided to go look every individual one of those things up. And if y'all have never done this, most of those items in there are uh, man-made of a natural something. Like one of the chemicals that's in the relief cream is the liquid that your body makes to kind of like grease your joints up naturally.
Yeah.
It's the what's I can't think of the damn word. It starts with an S.
I can't think
It's
of it.
just a man-made version of that
Okay.
natural substance in your body, but
Yeah.
that's in the relief cream.
The
So
synovial fluid.
yeah,
Yes.
it's
Yes.
got it's got this chemical name that what's this harsh thing. Well, it's just a synthetic version. Thank you.
Okay. Yeah. There you go.
It's a synthetic version of something that naturally occurs.
Yeah.
And pretty much that's almost everything that's in the relief cream. I was very surprised about that. So
Yeah.
I mean, seriously, look the stuff up.
So
It
that's
helps.
where, you can take a product that hasn't been done in a while, and this is a good learning opportunity for you. Take 20 minutes, research, jot some things down, and just say, like, hey guys, I learned some really cool stuff I want to share with you today. And by adding our customers already exist in there, what happens when we're highlighting different products? They're going to try different products, right? So I don't mind some repeats at all. And we should always talk about the oil in our testimony. But in the closeouts, so basically we're going to kind of like lead up with the different products and testimonies. And we're going to close out with the opportunity, some of the top things about the products and the company, and the opportunity, and hey, time to lock in your spot, right? Does that flow kind of make sense as far as like the presentation of information? Okay, cool. But yeah, that's a really good way to do it. And even like there's a really amazing training from Dr. Starkey on the soft gels too. And if you have not watched that, holy cow, like to this day I still talk about it. I can tell you why it's MCT oil that we're using in there rather than hemp seed oil. And people will, people that test me on it, every once in a while I'll get someone, well, you said hemp seed oil is best. Why is MCT oil in your soft gels? And I'm like, oh, funny stuff, So it's just little stuff like that. And not that you have to know everything, but you become more of a trusted source for people too. Because they're like, well, shit, they know their stuff. Like this big event that we're doing with this MMA fighter, I went out to their workout on Sunday. I still cannot feel my arms from that workout, guys. But the only reason I got that is from just constantly reiterating different information about CBD. A friend of mine who fights and trains with this guy commented on his post. There were 25 people trying to sell this guy CBD. And they were trying to give it to him for free. And he was looking for a CBD sponsor. And my buddy was like, sorry, y'all can just go to bed now because my girl Melissa knows her shit better than all of you. And this guy, this MMA fighter, trusted his client enough. And he's like, what? That was a pretty bold statement. He's like, dude, I'm telling you, no one's going to know it better. Now here I'm like, well, shit, like I didn't think so. But I sat down, I sat with him. I didn't have to pay him. He wanted sponsorship money from everyone else. I didn't have to pay him. We did a trade. And I sold 6 products at a 40-person workout. There were 40 people working out in a park for free. And I'm going, hell no, great. They're not paying to be here. They ain't going to pay for no CBD. I sold 6 products. And now there's a whole group of 100 different people that are all talking about CBD at their jiu-jitsu place now. So all because just reiterating information I'm reading off of a paper, right? So you become that trusted source. All right. That's right at about an hour. Any more questions, comments, concerns? I don't think any of this like shenanigans drama is going to affect us, guys, to be honest with you. we were doing our things anyways. The only thing is it is, I get it. You're in the fields, I'm in the fields, but at the same time, we're also in a business, right? And so for me, my passion's in the plant. I know this comp plan is awesome and we have really freaking good tools in this company. And so I'm going to run with that.
I think it's gonna be a little easier for us in Florida now.
Yeah, totally. And definitely, I mean, wide open market and just flowing through one. Like now we don't have like, oh, the Butlers went live how many times a week? 3 times a week at least. And a lot of the times it was for like 30, 40 minutes at a time or longer. So now we have just like one common team that we're working with. So getting onboarding newbies, I think, is going to be easier. I mean, Susan, you're the newest person on this chat. I mean, I'm sure it felt overwhelming to be like added to so many different things at first.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I feel like the onboarding process is going to be, and honestly, I didn't think that there was any training in there that was more valuable than what we have in our team page, but I do think that I wanted my people to be a part of those contests. So I will miss those types of things. But now at least my contests will get some viewership. Before I'd be like, hey guys, I'm giving away a $50 gift certificates. The Butlers come out. We're giving away 4 MacBooks and $1,000. And I'm like, fuck. Like, so I think it's just going to be easier all around with that. So, all right, I'm going to stop the recording.